What up guys, this is Isaiah from Distraction Gaming, here to bring you another Puzzle and Dragons video. Now today is going to be a very special video. Today we're actually going to be doing a box tour of my Puzzle and Dragons account, along with a team tour and my cards that I actually want to work on in the near future. So without further ado, we're just going to jump into my box and just kind of go over some of my favorite cards. The way I sort it is by favorites. Just because, again, I rather just see the cards that I already have, like, fully evolved, or cards that I absolutely love to look at, and not have to be going through, like, attribute and everything. So we'll just kind of be going over notable cards. The first notable card really would be, I would say, Beat Boy Mustang. When I found out that Full Metal Alchemist was coming to Puzzle and Dragons as a collab, I was ecstatic. I absolutely love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I have not seen the entirety of just the Full Metal Alchemist, but I loved Brotherhood that I just had to roll in it. I was lucky enough to actually get Mustang. Ironically enough, spoiler, so if you don't want to hear spoiler, skip a couple seconds, but he goes blind in the show. Ironically enough, he has triple resist dark sunglasses. I just found that hilarious. Next cards that I kind of go over, I would say, would be Triple Uriel's. When Shang Mei first came out, I'll show her a little bit later. I didn't want to buy a crap ton of her, so I used Uriel, who was a good substitute. And I remember just full-on evolving, trying to level up, getting all these Tamadras, and at the time, that was like my best team for like the 2 weeks that she was relevant. I hardly ever use them now, but I'm just going to keep them because I put so much effort into them. Next up, King Mastering. I'm not saying he's extremely difficult to achieve, but I remember when I first got him, it was when like Pouring Tower would be like every couple months would come out as a special dungeon way back when, and I had like hardly any stamina, so it was a huge deal for me to get one of the evolved masterings, but let alone getting 5 or 6 of them for King Mastering. So I always keep them favorited just to remember some good old times. Next up, I would say we have two fully evolved Enras. She's really powerful. She's extremely potent due to her 777 combo awakening. As you can see, personally, I don't use her, but if anyone out there has her, she is absolutely amazing on any kind of combo team. She's essentially Fire Yug. That's what I used to call her. She was Fire Yug. Next, I guess, notable card we'll say is Red Cotton. Absolutely love Red Cotton. I rolled her from the Dragonbound Dragoncaller machine that was here not too long ago. Like this actual form, I didn't evolve her. And I was super ecstatic because I had 2 Cottons previous to this, and I was kind of torn between which ones I wanted to evolve them to. Because one of the teams that you'll actually see needed a fire follow-up attack, and the one that I was using at the time, it was good, but Fire Cotton would be so much better in terms of damage because there were 777 combos, along with her extremely low cooldown. Next up is we got Illimun. Again, I'm going to butcher a lot of these names, but I got her when she first came out, I think like a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe. Absolutely love her. Just going to keep her around, just, you know, more of a trophy. I really don't use her, but she's definitely cool to have. If you don't have Wildor, but you have this, she'll work extremely well because she does have 4 skill boosts. So sometimes if you just need like a fire light skill boost, you need something that creates fire orbs or light orbs, and you need, you know, skill boost, definitely throw this form of Illimun there, and you'll be fine. 3 New Year's Horuses, not that big of a deal. 2 attack Harrys. I mostly used these guys when Shiva Dragon first came out for farming. Again, Shiva Dragon's kind of fallen off the map, so don't use that much anymore. We do have a Ryuku, which is pretty cool. If any non-in-app purchase players have the chance to get him, he is a phenomenal leader for non-in-app purchasers or non-REMers, just due to his actual leader skill and trying to find. And there are plenty of farmable options that you can get to make a really nice team. So he's really cool. I primarily like him because of how he's animated and one of the first animated cards that came out. Next is we have Amend. I kind of just got him for the lulz. I had a crap ton of monster points from the Dragonbound Dragon Collar and the Heroine machine, so I kind of just got him for the kind of the lulz, just to kind of play around with. You know, he's different, he's cool, he's something that you don't see every day, so that's why I have that. Going on, quick story about this. I've never actually seen the Voltron series on Netflix, but I remember people were like, you know, freaking out because this was so cool. I did not roll in it. I didn't use any of my magic stones. This was actually my free roll, and I was super happy. I'm like, oh my god, I just got like the top chase card of this collab on my free roll. So that's why I have a favorite, just because, you know, what are the odds of that? I thought that's pretty cool. Next up is we have 2 Christmas Collies. I really only used one. I rolled the second one, I think, in the pink egg machine, not this time around, but I think last time it was around. Either that or, again, in the Christmas one when I did a couple rolls from that. She's really, really strong as well. I really like her. I don't believe I have a team for her up and ready, but I can definitely make a team for her if I want to actually play her. But she's extremely fun to play around with, you know, mess around with. She's extremely potent, extremely strong. We do have Fire Nay. I do have almost all the colors of Nay. The only one I'm missing, I believe, is Light Nay, but I do have 2 pre-evolutions of Nay to turn 1 into it, so this is first Nay of many, we'll say. Don't really have a use for her, so really haven't leveled her up or awoken her, but again, if I ever want to or need to, definitely will. Definitely love Nay. I am a huge user of the blue Nay and the green Nay on a couple of my teams. No longer relevant anymore, but back in the day, like 2 years ago, Red Sonja was the best. I remember rolling her and being super happy that I got her. And I was using her for the longest time. I remember I was in school and I was looking to skill her up, and this was when like the Monster Point shop first came out, and the red fruit actually was a skill up. I remember spending so many Monster Points getting a crap ton of those red little fruits to skill her up to max. She was gonna be my first 297, but as you can see, that kind of didn't happen. But still love her. I don't want to get rid of her just because, you know, she was like my first good actual lead that I really got into using. Zhang Mei, talked about her earlier. She's no longer relevant. Even her new evolution really doesn't make her too relevant, but she's 297, and I don't want to feed her away just because she was 300,000 monster points, so I kind of just keep her in my box more as a trophy. Going on, we got a Red Odin, we got 2 Norns, more pieces for a Minerva Cheese team. We got a Blue Puppeteer for the Cheese team. It's actually for Kieran Cheese team. We got we got Awoken Shoeswan and Awoken Hermes. Not the reincarnated forms yet. Beach Erd. Actually, we'll go over this one. Beach Eshimali. I absolutely loved Eshimali when she first came out. We'll jump into that story real quick. So when the original Eshimali first came out, it was one of the last days of high school for me, actually. Senior year, around the summertime, and I only had to show finals, so I would walk to school, do my finals, like a project for psychology, and I was walking home when the Godfest first came out that she was in. I remember absolutely wanting Eshimali. I was throwing all my stones at that Godfest. Luckily, I got her, as you'll see later, but when the beach one came around, I was so pumped to try to get it just because of the nostalgia of me remembering walking home through downtown, stopping and trying to, do a couple rolls and continue to walk home because I didn't want to, be too late. But Beach Eshimali I don't use, so again, kind of more of a trophy, but definitely a good memory of Eshimali, the standard one, and honestly this one too. Awoken I. Actually, I think this is Reincarnated I. Don't really use her, but just wanted to kind of level her up. We got Andromeda, Gabriel, we have Awoken Kieran, we have Awoken Lakshmi, we have Blue Hunter, we have 2 of the Nini. Again, I'm horrible with pronouncing, I'm sorry. We got Kieran, we got Skull, Yumasachi, Yamasachi, Julia. Here's one. Mary Alice. Mary, used her when she first came out. Don't use her anymore. She was really good for speed running Ultimate Arena 3, I believe I used it for. It was either 2 or 3. I believe it was 3. So she was pretty cool and fun to use for a while. We got Isis. I remember, quick story about Isis. Absolutely wanted Isis so badly. I didn't have a good blue-green monster. The only one I had was the Orochi. But I remember super wanting Sushuan and Isis because of how versatile they were using. Shout out to Tyler Pad, really old Puzzle and Dragons content creator. He had both and would swear by how great they were. And I remember wanting to be just like him, create a team just like him. So I was pumped when I actually pulled it. And then this was the Sushuan at the time that he was using. So just as more of a node to my older times of Pad, bringing back some nostalgia, I did 297 this one. Moving on, we actually do have another Meridary Alice. I haven't done anything with her yet. We do have the Guardian of Paradise Metatron, the Beach Metatron. I believe this is the evolved version of her. I do have a pre-evolution of her somewhere in my box, but again, I really don't use her. Rewail doors. I actually have this one fully skilled. These ones aren't, but I'll get around to it. Next major thing is we do have Blue Cotton. Absolutely love Blue Cotton. I think this is my favorite one. I only have 3 cottons, so I have the red, blue, and green. But I absolutely love Blue Cotton. I do. As you can see, I do have a Fujin over it because I do use it. Healer, and then a couple skill bind, or I'm not skill bind, but skill delay resists. Beach Tachibana. Don't really use her, but she's extremely strong, especially if you want a blue version of her. We do have Amino. Here's the water Monster Point Dragon, Neptune Dragon. Don't use him, but he was on the Mary team just for fun, just because of all the rows that he had. It was a very row heavy team. It was pretty fun to use. We do have two of the brand new Blue Sonias, and we do actually have a Blue Sonia team that I can make. I'm not 100% sure if it's still in my team slots, if I really don't play her, but she is definitely cool. Love the animation for her. Ryun, perfect for the Blue Sonia team because of the follow-up attack. Does have 7 combos, so that's worth mentioning. Along with Blue Nay, again, another thing great for a Blue Sonia team, worth mentioning, double 7 combo, along with turning the board to Water, Dark, and Heal, and reducing buy status by 2. We have 2 of the Urkas. We have one that is a skill boost and 7 combo, like this one right there. And then the second one is the double 7 combo, so I can change them up if I need to. But I was super happy. I actually got her in the last Heroine Egg Machine. I got 3 of her. 2 of them are blue, one of them is purple. We got a carrot. Gotta love carrots. Only have one of them, sadly, but I'm not going to complain. One of the original carrots, I'm sorry, because I do believe if we head up here, we have 3 of the Valentine's carrots, which are definitely viable and usable if I need to. Beach Mirror, again, not really notable, but still something kind of cool. More of a trophy. Moving on to grass, we have Fujin number 1. I do have 3 Fujins, so that's the first Fujin. Really just use that one for the assist, nothing else. I do have Kushimata Hime. I don't believe I have a team for her, but again, we'll go over it a little bit. But she's pretty cool. She's still pretty fun to use every once in a while, just because every now Sky Falls and be able to do the damage control. Have TARDIS with the Damage Void Piercer, and we have TARDIS and TARDIS. One maxed, one not. Just why not, honestly. If you go into a dungeon, you get hit right away with a skill delay. I'd rather have a TARDIS up and ready for Anubis. We do have Best Cat. Don't use her at all, but Best Cat, gotta have her. got Vishnu, Michael, and another Kojima Hide, along with a Meme, just kind of for older cards, kind of cool to look at. We do have two. I have four, but I only use two of them. Copies of this because of its amazing adds two combos. For one turn, changes the board to Wood, Dark, and Heal. You'll see a little bit later. Still have a Gunma. Still waiting for the when it actually comes out with a new evolution. Because when it does, I'll probably buy the dungeon from the coin shop and evolve it. But until then, I just use TARDIS. We do have Odin Dragon with the Fujin on it, so that's where that Fujin is. Unlocked it to have the 80% or more HP badge. So he's really good. He's like a flex sub, which is really nice. I have him on a couple of my teams. I try not to use him too much if I don't need to anymore. I really relied on him as a crutch for a while, but he's definitely good to have. And we got those 300,000 monster points for free. I recommend it to all my friends that they get Odin Dragon. He's just that good. Lube, along with the Zeus Dioses for a Zeus Dios farm team. And then, of course, Drake to finish it off. I haven't actually really got around to leveling him up. And I really don't use it anymore. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, you can still use it in the Monday dungeon, but ranking up to me right now really isn't a main priority. Next, last and not least, we have the final cotton. We have green cotton. I kind of want to just more or less fill up my green box a little bit more. That's why I kind of made green cotton. I haven't really done too much with her, as you can see, because I haven't awoken her yet, but I definitely 297 her, and I definitely leveled her up to full when I first got her, when we were able to buy her for 1,000,000 monster points. Ragnarok Dragon. Everyone's got to have a Ragnarok Dragon. I have not completed my quest yet to get another one, but I will be doing that really soon. I have challenge level 9 and 10 left that I want to make actually a video of, so I can put that up, and then I have a couple more to ascend dungeons. So I'm super close to getting another one, but he's pain to evolve, absolute pain, so that's kind of why I'm holding off getting the second one. Next up, as you can see, we have two of the green Sonya new evolutions. She's also really fun, so she's just the green counterpart to the blue, so you can use, again, you can use her as a sub, you can use Green Nay, which I do have, and you can use actually a lot of cards that you would use for Kamibushi, because they kind of act extremely similar in terms of what they are looking for to actually activate their multiplier. Reincarnated Astaroth. I was actually going to do a whole entire team of Astaroths because I do have enough to do that, but it was just so much to try to evolve all of them that I never ended up getting to it. Never ended up. As you can see here, we have Green Nay, as I said before. This is what this is actually assisted onto, is the Green Nay for later on. This is actually used for the Gronya team and Kami team that I have, which is pretty cool and pretty helpful for, and like when you're closer to the end, you need a little more. We have an evolved version of this, so we do have a way of removing, awoken bind statuses, but I also want to inherit the pre-evolution of it, so again, we had more of like an oomph with extra combos added on for a final boss. We have this right here, 4 fingers, which is nice, 7 combo awakening, and a dragon killer, which is really good. Again, great for Kamibushi team because it turns the board into fire, wood, and dark, along with giving you some extra time to move the orbs around. We do have a third green Sonya that I just haven't gotten around to evolving, but I will be evolving that and putting it onto the Gronya team if I decide to actually use that in the future. This is the third Fujin. I believe there are 2 up there. This is the one that I don't have assisted on to anyone right now, just because it does have like double 7 combo, 3 fingers, 2 skill boost, so I can actually slot it onto a team. Like I'll probably be slotting this onto a team when I do challenge level 10 to get past Vishnu, and instead of having to actually put it on as an assist, it's good as a sub. They made it a really good sub, so I'm really happy that they did that. So now I can actually have it, and I'll have to try to bring a whole bunch of skill boosts or stall someone out. Last for green that are major notable, Kronos. I absolutely love Kronos. I love the Titan Kronos, so I was extremely happy that I got him. On top of that, triple 7 combo awakenings. You can't go wrong with that. I really should work on him, but he's in the folder working on box. Next, we do have 2 Eds. We got Ed on Ed, because if I didn't have a second Ed, you probably have to do a Zeus verse on Ed. So Ed is, I was so, again, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, absolutely loved. I was so happy that I got an Ed. I actually got him as well for my free roll, which is awesome. The second one, I told a friend, I'm like, hey, look, you spend $5, I'll spend $5, let's roll at the same exact time and see what we get. And he was wanting Ed so much. He was like begging for it, praying for it. And we rolled, I colored our phones, and unveiled them at the same time, and popped out a second Ed from me. Sadly, he got like his 6th wind ray or something like that. So that was hysterical. I was extremely happy though that I got a second Ed, so I could actually put Ed on Ed. Continuing on, we do have the evolution to the fire one with this light one. So I did have 2, one of each. Haven't really found a use for her yet, but definitely wanted one of each to kind of play around with. We have this new hexagon dragon that came out. I did evolution 1. I have materials for the second one. I just haven't wanted to evolve a second, not TARDIS, I'm sorry, a second Nordis dragon. Too lazy to do that, honestly. So pieces are kind of just sitting in my box. But I do have one. He runs really cool. I haven't, as you can see, I really haven't skilled him up a whole lot because I really don't use him a whole lot. But he definitely is going to be a long-term project of wanting to skill up and really, kind of play around with. He's pretty cool. Next up is Yuna. Yuna is amazing. Yuna's on a lot of my teams because of her combo, her fingers, 4 of them, double combos. And I also put Sheen on there because of the extend time. She uses extend time for the buff, so I can get anywhere between 3.4 to actually about 4.4 or 4.6 times Ek multiplier 2 on top of everything else, which is amazing. After that, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 Yusuke's from the brand new Yu Yu Hakusho collab that came out today. Because I am recording this Monday. I am so happy about this. I did exchange for 2 of them, but I did roll one of them. So one of them is legit. Gosh, I'm over the moon about this. 2 of them are the exact same. 2 of them have her on there as a assist because of her ability to add 2 combos and then do water, light, and heal. And then the third one, oh, that's not it. Third one right here does have her on there for the 2 combos and then fire, water, wood, light, and heal. I'm going to be doing, one of them's going to have 2 skill delay, resist, lateness, and then double dragon killer, and I believe the other 2 are just going to have triple dragon killer when I actually have time to farm more dragon killers because I used them all up recently. But yeah, triple Yusuke, absolutely awesome. You probably saw that already if you watched the previous video when my girlfriend and I did clear out the Dark Tournament, which is the Yu Yu Hakusho exclusive collab dungeon for it. Next notable one, really not a whole lot of notable ones here. I guess again, Wayback Machine, original like Metatron. We do have 2 Edward brother, Alphonse Elric, so that's really cool. Absolutely love him because, follow-up attack, 7 combo, along with him being light and then wood, works perfect on a lot of the teams that I had, including Ed himself. So I do have 2 of them. I do have one as a main, and I do have one as an assist. I have Reincarnated Ra. Again, I remember telling you guys about, wanting to be like Tyler Patton, having his team. So I had, Awoken Ra, Light Kali, and then instead of Dark Kali, I actually used Halloween Kali, and then Isis, and I thought it was the coolest skin tech. I thought I was just absolutely baller. Sadly, don't use him anymore again, because, he's just not that good, but again, I want to keep him around as a trophy. I like playing with him every once in a while in endless corridors. I haven't done anything with her yet, but I do have the Valentine's Cushion Matahide, so that's kind of cool. Going on, here is the light monster point, Raw Dragon. So I had the perfect team for him too. I had Raw Dragon, Dark Collie, Kana, and then who else was it? There was one more card that was on there that made it. Isis. I had Isis with a Orochi assist. So I had like the perfect Raw Dragon team. I nuked my box when Raw Dragon very first came out. That was senior year in high school. I use it every once in a while to, kind of mess around with. But yeah, kind of fell off. Don't really view two-prong attacks anymore. But still fun to have. Ganesh. Gotta have Ganesh. We keep going. We run into 2 light ideals. I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to get 2 light ideals. Absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. I use one of them on almost every single team that I have. Haven't found a spot for the second one yet, but if I need to solder in for really heavy damage, and then like my girlfriend or my friend uses a more utility-based team for doing co-op, I'll do that. But absolutely love Ideal. I think she is my favorite card. She's definitely my top 3. We got Yusuke, we got Edward, and we have Light Ideal for some of my favorite cards. So she has the triple Dragon Killer on her. And then this is the second one. Again, really haven't done too much with her, but have her up just in case I ever need to slot her onto a team real quick. Christmas Ilum, so we have all the Ilums, which is pretty cool. Again, don't really use her, more or less kind of a trophy, but she's fun to have. Here are the Light Collies, here are the 2 new versions of Light Collie. Again, don't use her, but I want to get the new one just to have. We do have Yogg, and we do have a really good Yogg team that we'll go over. Don't really use Yogg anymore. I mostly use them for the multiplayer, when the Cosmic Trinity Annihilation, when it's like 5 times the XP, because I can get through to the final boss and just one-shot it. And it's a good way to rank up if I actually want to, just sit down and watch some Netflix or TV and just kind of rank up mindlessly for the day. So really glad I actually rolled Yogg. I rolled him when I was at work. I had to excuse myself. I had to go in the back and just, start screaming in excitement because I was so happy I finally got a Yogg. Moving on, 1000 Day Tamadra, just to show I have been playing for 1000 days. Not really, huge. Definitely people have been playing longer, but I thought it was pretty cool. Notable cards here, we do have triple reincarnated Hakus. This was, again, when Dark Athena was around, and she was amazing. I didn't actually have my 3 Hakus. I got 2 more Hakus, actually, at the very tail end of her being amazing, but I still had to evolve them just so I could, take a picture, show it to my friends, and be like, oh, I got the perfect Dark Athena team. I use Dark Athena every once in a while. I like using different teams for the monthly quest dungeons, like challenges 1 through 7, 1 through 8 for the most part. We do have double standard original Dark Collies. So these are pretty cool just to kind of have, just again, Wayback Machine. She's not that great anymore, but I feel that she could, she's still a good leader. She's still a good sub if you need rainbows. If you don't have Ideal or not, especially if you have her new evolution, because she does have a Simon Combo Awakening Guard Break. So she's still pretty cool. Valkyrie Claire, I like the dark one. I used to use this all the time on my Anubis team for follow-up attack was a thing when we had guard break and I needed like a fire slot. So I remember using this. I think she was actually the very first Valk that I rolled out of the machine, so that's why she's actually my favorite of the Valks. Then we have Vera President King Bradley from the Full Metal Alchemist. So that is right, I have all 4 of the 6 stars of the Full Metal Alchemist. I was so excited that I got all of them. I was so excited I got all of them. I don't really use him, as you can see. He's not leveled up, not 297, not even 200, but he is going to be favored and fully evolved just because it's Full Metal Alchemist. You can't go wrong with that anyway. As I said before, I did have Dark Athena. Never actually really finished slotting her out here, but I did, fully skill her up, fully level her up. So she used to be like my main lead. She used to actually be my Arena 3 farm lead, but again, she kind of fell off the map, which is kind of sad, but she was hype for months. I remember I had 750,000 monster points saved up for, oh god, like ever since she was announced in Japan. I remember I started saving for her, and everyone's like, oh, she's not coming, she's not coming. It's been months, we would have had her by now, she's Pad Radar exclusive. But I just kept saving up, and it paid off. She did come out, and I used her for the longest time. We do have a reincarnated Kiyomi, which was pretty cool. Another reason why I love Claire is we have Snow White Beauty Valkyrie Claire, which is the Beach Claire. So I have two of them, so I'm super. I remember when that first came out, that machine, I was volunteering at a camp, and we were doing like a week overnight in New Hampshire where there was like no reception. And when I came back, the immediate first thing I didn't even say hi to my mom and my dad. It was to roll, get all the stones and everything to roll in the Summer Beach collab, and whew, that was just that's a good memory of Puzzle and Dragons. That was a lot of fun. We do have double of these. Really happy about that because she does have the super bonus awakening. I slotted her onto my Dark Athena team when I was just messing around with her in terms of just like kind of playing around. So she's pretty cool to have. I did 297 with one of them just because in the future I feel like she's going to be a good aspect to a team. Here is the other Urk I was talking about. This is the dark form. I wanted to kind of have a dark form. I wanted 2 of the water because I know that those are the better ones. But if I had 3, I kind of wanted a dark one as well. Just kind of, fill out my monster book in the actual app. Allow me just a good variety. Moving on, we do have Old Castle Blue Dragon Collar Sonia. I was able to get the Halloween version of this. Quick backstory on this. I like a backstory for everything, but Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. And I remember playing Puzzle and Dragons where I used to work, and I got everyone into playing it. And it was around when Halloween was there, so it was like extra special because when you can play Puzzle and Dragons with people that like and you see, and like you can roll together, go over things together, it just makes it that much more exciting. So I'm pretty glad that I got her. This was the chase card for me though, in the summer REM I was just talking about a couple seconds ago. It was Pandora. Because Pandora was actually, she wasn't my first roll, she wasn't like that very first free roll, but she was like the first actual roll I spent stones on to get, and ever since then I've loved Pandora. I have so many Pandoras that I refuse to sell because of just my love for her. She was kind of the main reason why I got into the game again, because this is actually a second account. First one got deleted out of my own stupidity, but it was because of Pandora that I actually really started playing Puzzle and Dragons again and got into it. So really wanted her. So I have 4 of them, so can't complain. Moving on, we do got a Knees. I think I have a pre-evolved version of her as well. Again, don't really use her too much, but gonna 297 her completely just because her stats are just amazing. So if I need to slot her in for some extra health, I can. So she's really cool. We do have a Cammy. So Cammy, I absolutely love. I remember when she first came out, I'm like, oh, I want Cammy. I'm gonna get Cammy. And I was able to actually get Cammy within the first couple of rolls. And I just remember just throwing together a whole, not really throwing together because it's a really good team, as you'll see. But I put together a whole entire team for her that I used for the longest time. And then my friend John Grismont, he's actually in one of the videos. He used Cammy primarily for a while, so I kept my Cammy up so he could use that. She's really fun. She's really cool. I'm glad she came to the follow-up attack. I think that's what made her really exciting as well, was that new follow-up attack. Last but not least, for the Monster Point Dragons, here's Kiyomi Dragon. I have all the Monster Point Dragons. I don't have all 4 Generalins, but I really don't want to get all 4. It's because they're really not that good. But I did want to get all of the Monster Point Dragons just because those like the primary cards come out with Monster Points were first a thing. Next up is we have Valentine's Day. Now she is a beautiful looking card. Absolutely love her. Absolutely love her. 7/7 combo awakenings, void piercing. I did throw the Dragon Killers on her so we can do Arena 3 with like Anubis and Ed. So she's really fun. She's really fun. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. For the assist, I did put on the change the orbs to light, dark, and heal, and add a combo for one turn, just in case I need like an extra combo to get like that 7th combo if my board wasn't optimized. We have Old Castle Collie. This was the collie that I used on my Rod team instead of a Dark Collie, just because I thought, oh well, I don't need hearts. That's not going to be as good. So I remember using Old Castle Collie for the longest time on my Rod team. Absolutely love her artwork as well. I think she's absolutely beautiful looking. Super glad I got 2. Honestly, I'm really glad that I have 2. Don't really use the other one, but it's nice to have. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a Dark Ideal as well. I have 2 light, 1 dark. Absolutely love Ideal. When Dragonbound Dragon Caller first came out in December, it was all that I could think about. I would not shut up about it. Would not shut up about wanting Ideal. To the point of where my girlfriend actually emailed Gung Ho saying, can you give my boyfriend Ideal so he'll spend time with me, he'll talk to me. That's how much I loved Ideal. And I remember it was like either the 2nd to last day or the 3rd to last day. I woke up, rolled in the thing when I was eating breakfast, not expecting much, and boom, popped out my first Ideal. And I screamed. I absolutely screamed in excitement. And I went to work that day. I was super happy, flaunting my new Ideal and doing a couple more dungeons, got more stones, and I rolled again. And lo and behold, popped out a 2nd one. So that really made it for me then. And I got my 3rd one actually in this previous one that I believe just happened in like March, April. It was more like a YOLO roll, kind of just, be like, I'll roll and see what I get. Boom, another Ideal. So I do have 1 dark, I do have 2 lights, so she's pretty cool. She's really fun to use. We do have 2 reincarnated Pandoras, as you can see. Again, love Pandoras, so I do have a couple Pandoras. We have a full hollow Ichigo. He's pretty cool. I had him assisting collies because of his ability for my Raw Dragon team. Here is the Dark Nay that we have, again, because I don't have the light one, but I have all the other ones. So this is the Dark Nay that I have. Don't use her at all. Here is my original Pandora. This was my very, very first Pandora that I got, and the reason, again, why I play Puzzle Dragons still to this day. Oh, almost missed one. Reincarnated Anubis. I used to use him as like my primary lead for the longest time, but I don't as much anymore. It's just because of some of the other leads that have come out that I find a little more fun. Where he's definitely fun to use if you pair him with like Diablos, but it's a little more tricky because you gotta be really, really accurate. You gotta be really, really good with combos, which I'm personally not that great with. We have 2 of the new collies. So again, these ones I'm talking about how, again, I would keep collies because they do have 2 7 combo awakenings. I think I said 1 before, but they have 2 7 combo awakenings, which is awesome, along with the guard breaks, which makes her extremely powerful and relevant because of her actual ability. We have Pixel Sephiroth here. Put some of the physical killers on. I'm not sure why I put physical on him, but we do have Pixel Sephiroth here, which is pretty cool. He's a nice card to have. We do have the new Metatron that came out. Again, don't really use her. I just got it so I could evolve it, fill out my box a little bit more, make it look more pretty. We have the Halloween Jing Mei. I rolled this from the Halloween collab when it came around in 2017, just kind of as a YOLO roll. I wasn't really going to get too much into it because I didn't see any cards that I liked besides Halloween Vernandi, but I knew for a fact I wasn't going to get that. So I was actually pretty happy with the outcome of this, though. I wasn't actually going to play. I tried using a team, tried making a team for her, but couldn't find anyone else that used her, so kind of just keep her around because, really, really nice artwork, and a really good pull overall in terms of rarity. Pixel Noctis, just to have, just in case. As you can see here, we do have 2 of the pre-evolutions of Nays. One of them is a assist to Dark Ideal, just so I can have another full board changer as well, but also get some recovery back if I need to. Then the other one, this one right here, will be actually used to evolve into the light version of Nay. Just haven't gotten around to it. I will, though. And I guess really the kind of last 2 cards are going to be this right here, the male collie from the I forget what collab this is from, but maybe the Elon Galleon collab. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but I really kind of just only used him as an assist as well on Kali for my Raw Dragon team, so I fully leveled him up and everything. And then I guess really last notable card would be Armored Batman that I have assisted onto Cammy because of his ability to turn all the orbs to Wood, Dark, and Heal, along with charge everything up by 1. So that is my favorite box. I will go over my no, I really don't have to go over my 297s because you can kind of just see them, but I'll scroll through just kind of slowly the rest of my box along with my 297, and then I'm actually going to make a part 2 to this just because this video is going to get long, going over the teams that I use along with cards I actually have in that working on box. We're working on like a little tab over here. So that's going to be all from me. Again, I'm just going to, kind of just scroll through kind of slowly the rest of my box, just so if people want to actually see, if they're curious, they can do that. But that has been a box tour. I am Distract Gaming, and I hope you enjoyed.